Yes, sir. Round 2 of the high school football playoffs are here, and Gameday Nation is the place to be. Alongside my fabulous tag team partners, Mike Jewell and Mike Robinson, I'm Yaw Bonsu. Remember, it's a new playoff format, 12 teams per region, top 4 seeds getting a bye, those teams opening up postseason play tonight at home. And some people don't believe in momentum, but if you're a team like Perrysburg, you lose your regular season finale against Whitmer, you come back in round 1 of the postseason, dominate, and now here we are, the Yellow Jackets have a rematch with Whitmer. Huge tilt in round 2. Yeah. How do you expect that to play out, knowing that Whitmer has had a week off?
Hey, I think we'll see it early. I think it'll kick in with those first drives and first series, and I expect Brady Maxwell to lead that team in a much more physical effort than they came out with in Week 10.
But Mike Rob, when you have that week off, you're a high school athlete, you don't expect that in the postseason in football. What are you doing in your week off? Probably getting some food or something, probably chilling on a Friday night. What are you doing?
No, absolutely not. You know what? On a Friday night, what's going to happen is you're out there watching the other teams, watching both teams that you may be able to play. But more importantly, the coaches are getting you ready. They're getting you healthy. You still have a normal week of practice. If anybody knows about any Ethiopian food in Toledo, let me know. I got a guy that's looking for some.
Hey, turn me on too. Put me on. I've been looking for some African food. I haven't found any. My parents would be upset. All right, we got 5 games tonight on Gameday Nation. Let's take a look at the list. Our game of the week, Perrysburg and Whitmer, the rematch. Remember, week 10 of the regular season, Whitmer taking down Perrysburg 35-3. Anthony Wayne traveling on the road to face North Ridgeville after beating Start in the first round of the postseason last week. All right, let's circle back to our game of the week, Perrysburg and Whitmer. As we all know, the Yellow Jackets fell to the Panthers 35-3 in week 10, but it's the postseason. The Yellow Jackets have a chance at revenge. Mike Jewell, what will be different this time around?
Lower, flying to the football, swarming to the football. I expect to see more speed. Defending the edges defensively. Perrysburg has to do a better job of that, and they will.
And I'm glad we have a late season reference, a week 10 matchup to reference. That's a game, Mike Jewell, where Brady Maxwell threw 3 interceptions. What does he have to do to avoid the turnovers in the rematch against Whitmer tonight?
He's got to follow his instincts. He's just got to be Brady Maxwell. All season long, he's done it. This is a tough kid. This is a kid that understands what it takes. Nobody wants to get on that field more than him, and I expect him to play a much crisper game.
But, Mike Rob, when you beat a team by 32 points, you can grow confident. Whitmer could look at Perrysburg and say, man, we took care of that 2 weeks ago. We're not worried at all. Why is that the wrong mindset to have going into this postseason matchup?
Last time I checked, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You know, you got to play this team here. It's a cold night. It's a different condition, and it's a different standard.
Central Catholic up 14-3. Can we call it an upset, Mike Rob?
Yep.
It's up. There we go. You're watching Gameday Nation, presented by Renewal by Anderson, a better way to a better window. We'll be right back. I wasn't expecting that. It is halftime, brought to you by Citizens National Bank. In our game of the week between Perrysburg and Whitmer, the Panthers lead the Yellow Jackets 3-0, a far cry from that game we saw 2 weeks ago where Whitmer led 21-3 at halftime. Huge game, of course, second round of the postseason. The winner going to take on the 1 seed in this region if the 1 seed were to advance. But Mike Jewell, Mike Rob, I got to ask you guys, what are you seeing in this matchup that is so different from what we saw 2 weeks ago?
I love the way that Perrysburg has come out. They've come out with some real grit and toughness offensively. We are going to run the football. We are going to use people. We're going to pull our linemen and be athletes, and a little bit looking like Whitmer. And then Whitmer has responded with a great deal of toughness as well.
But you said it comes down to coaching at the end of the day. We're so accustomed to Whitmer and that rushing offense. This is a team that ran for 276 yards against the Yellow Jackets 2 weeks ago. You see that 3-0 score. Joey Morales hasn't been able to get going. Jamon Holmes hasn't been able to get going. And this is a Whitmer team that had a first-round bye. It is well-rested, but still, what are you seeing on the defensive side for Perrysburg that is allowing it to shut down Whitmer the way it has so far?
Gianna Walkowski.
Yeah.
I think he's eating up blocks. He plays with speed on the inside. Malik Beck continues to make plays. Carter Eiseman is out there at the end.
Yeah.
So the edges are playing so much stronger for Perrysburg.
The Media Center is brought to you by Stotzenberger College. Yes, I am back. Thank you to the guys for holding it down. Fast track your career and apply today. sctoday.edu. All right, let's get back to the action. Second round of the postseason. Some teams have the juice. Some teams don't. We'll see what matchup we go to. We're going to play a little round roulette, I guess. Whitmer's up 10-3 over Perrysburg. Jamon Holmes finally finding the end zone. But we're going to go to the quad box here. North Ridgeville pulling away from Anthony Wayne. Carey up 35-7 over Margaretta. Oh my goodness. Central Catholic up big time over Lexington expected. And Napoleon. Wow. Blowout Central. We thought last week was going to be bad. This week, man. Talk about
it's all good.
Thank you, Mr. Optimist. But the new playoff format is designed. I will say it again. The new playoff format is designed to make for more competitive matchups. Hey, wait, but hold on though. Hold on though, right? When I mentioned Central Catholic not having a first round bye, having momentum, you're like, but it's Central Catholic. You know, if they had the bye or not, they'd be great. That's cool, but we have 3 away teams that have the lead here. Perkins, Central Catholic, Northridge, or not North Ridgeville, Cary being the 3rd team, and it's not even close.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. It's about having a program, not just a good team during the regular season. When you have a good program, you can handle things like adversity, AKA bye weeks, time off, extra time to fill your players with. And then when you have good coaching, it just doesn't matter regardless. And that's why you see the score what it is in the Perrysburg-Whitmer game. You got good talent, but you also have good coaching on both sides of the ball. And so for some of these teams that are getting blown out, they're going to get blown out regardless.
You really think that, you don't think the layoff had anything to do with it?
No.
Really? So it's just a coincidence that 3 teams on our air tonight, 3 home teams.
It's the AI points.
In programs, I mean, what they developed, who you played, schedule. I mean, Perkins.
I mean,
the eye test. The eye test tells you Perkins is good.
We went through the rankings in the past few weeks, and we tended to agree, not necessarily 100% agree, but we were like, yeah, it makes sense why this team is there and this team is here. So, in my eyes, seeing the points shake out the way it did, and that we didn't have any major disagreements, it's like, okay, maybe things could be competitive. We expected Central Catholic to blow through the competition, no doubt. But Napoleon?
I expected Perkins to blow them out too. I said that before the show even started.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
no disrespect.
No disrespect. No disrespect.
We don't need disrespect to any of the teams.
Perkins
we just talking football.
What I'm hearing from you is that the pedigree of these programs at the end of the day determine how they perform under the brightest lights.
Yes.
We're used to seeing Central Catholic dominate. We're used to seeing Perkins dominate. We're not too familiar with Cary, but clearly they're dominating top seed in Margaretta. So program pedigree plays a major role in the way you perform in the postseason, is what you're saying, Mike Rose.
Yeah, absolutely, and also talent does too.
Yeah,
you know, your talent.
Well, that's what makes the program have high pedigree, or it's talent.
You know, it's coaching. It's a mix of everything. You got to have administration that's on board with the football program. You got to have the boosters that support the program, and you also got to have the players who are bought in into what the coaches are teaching within the program. Having a good offseason is what it's all about for the most part. You got to have your kids in the weight room. They got to be committed. You know, football is not like basketball. You're playing only 3 months out the year, 3-4 months out the year, if you're lucky. And most of your time is spent in the offseason in the weight room. And what are you doing with your guys in that time where they're not playing football? That's the difference.
Whitmer moving to 2-0 against Perrysburg this season, a 17-3 win in our game of the week. The Panthers are moving on to the 3rd round of the postseason, most likely going on the road. You're watching Game Day Nation, presented by Renewal by Anderson, a better way to a better window. We'll be right back. Earlier in the show, I had to step out of the studio for a second to conduct a special interview, which you'll see a little bit later in the show. I got back, my seat was very unusually warm. There's only one explanation, and that's Brandon Cards.
I run hot, baby.
First of all, shout out to you for holding the show down. Highly appreciated, but yeah, the seat is a little bit too warm.
Yeah, I already missed sitting down. I feel like I was pampered.
I wonder what you were doing when you were sitting down.
I had the lap of luxury and got to sit. Yeah, I figured they wouldn't notice. You and I both got the light blue and the navy on.
Oh, yeah,
maybe they wouldn't
this
notice.
This dude go pretty crazy. This dude go pretty crazy. It's better than the green, you know, that some people are wearing.
Wow.
That's wow.
See, you guys remember when it was friendly, when it was you, me?
Y'all peep the green? Man, hey, we're doing bow and arrows to everybody today.
Is that why people hate New York?
Good Lord. Okay, Mike Joel.
My heart.
Okay.
My heart.
Try to figure it out.
Come on, you're supposed to be the sweetheart of the group. Come on.
Yeah. New York catching strays.
But just to add on to that, I think an underrated part, I don't know how it is in football, but I know for soccer and volleyball, is team morale and building a great team culture and having tight bonds within the team. You talk to any one of the great volleyball teams in our area, great soccer teams, the team is tight. They spend every single minute together. Yeah. So having these long road trips, I think that's an opportunity for these players to come together, bond
Absolutely.
a little bit, learn a little bit about something, maybe prep for Know Your Teammate on game day tailgate. You know, these are the opportunities you have to get your Know Your Teammates on a deeper level, because the more you can do that off the field of play, the better it'll be on the field of play as far as the final product. Yeah. I know we're all about the football on Gameday Nation, but we're also all about the football. And earlier today, Anthony Wayne taking down Hudson 3-2 to win the Division II girls soccer state title. Coming up after this quick break, the team joins us in studio to talk about their the first ever state title in program history. Come on back, I know you will.
And for the Anthony Wayne Generals, it's mission accomplished. A hat trick from Lydia Smucker hands Hudson their first loss of the year and gives Anthony Wayne the Division II state title.
Anthony Wayne, girls soccer, not sure if I can hear you guys, Division II state champions. As you can see, they get very loud. Congratulations on a win. Huge game over at Columbus Crew Stadium, and you guys are back with the trophy. Has it sunk in yet for you guys? Does it feel real at all? Still doesn't. I'm guessing being on TV doesn't help that at all. Okay, all right, that's fine. All right, we'll start with Coach Williams. Year 22 for you as a head coach, 23 overall if we're counting the assistant coaching as well. How does this moment compare to what you first thought of when you first took this job?
When I started, I was actually the fourth coach in 4 years for that group of seniors. So to see the program come this way is a testament to all the alumni that came before these girls that helped lay the foundation. I sent a lot of text messages to those alumni today. But these kids, what a day, what a day.
I'm sure it's been a long day for you guys. You probably want to go to bed, but I'm glad you guys are in studio right now. Let's talk about the game. 3-2 win over Hudson. Lydia, a hat trick, biggest game of your life, and you came up in the brightest moments. I know you were already locked in, but when did you know, like, yeah, today's going to be my day?
I think just like before the game, we knew like there's not going to be a ton of chances because it's the state final. So like knowing that we had to finish everything that we're going to get, and just after the first goal, like being like almost like defending the first 10 minutes and then having that breakaway scoring, like I think that's when it was like, okay, this is definitely ours. Like we have this.
Did it feel like a blur scoring all of those
Yeah,
goals?
a little bit. I was like, oh my God.
And I think about this team, man, you guys score a lot, but the defense is also extravagant. Katie, I finally get to interview you. You've been on my wish list for a while. You are locked down. You guys have only allowed 13 goals all season. It's unreal. So talk me through the mindset of this defense, why it's been so compact and just so great throughout the season.
I think a big thing for us is communication and all the trust we have in the back. I mean, we always know that even if something happens, we always are there for each other. And clearances and just not letting anything get in.
How'd it feel at the end of the match, though? Because when it was 3-2, I got kind of scared a bit. I must say, they were pushing up on you guys. You guys already knew coming in that this is a fast team, an athletic team. So what's your mindset as you're making save after save? You even had to play. You just let the ball sit at your feet. Expert move, world class. But what was your mindset going in? You looked calm, but I'm sure it was nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah, I was a little nervous. But I was just trying to stay calm because, you know, I'm a goalkeeper, so staying calm and that kind of like helps.
There you go.
Being in the back, you know, I have a lot of control. Just if I'm calm, it kind of helps my team stay calm too, even though inside I was a nervous wreck. But I was just really looking at the time and really just trying to get to the end of the game without letting anything else get in.
Hey, and you did.
Yeah.
You guys won. Congratulations. And my favorite thing about this moment, who was there in 2019, the last time the team made it to the state title game? Unreal. All of you raising your hand, so Lila, you're one of them as well. Talk to me about how much of a full circle moment this is, being a little kid, watching the Generals in a state title game, and then years later come back on the team and lead it to its first state title.
I think it means a lot to us. Like, we all grown up like dreaming of this, like thinking that like we could lead our high school to a state championship, and it being our first, like I feel like it means a lot more to us. And realizing like this week, like the community support that we've gotten, it just like means a lot to us.
And I must say, Anthony Wayne student sections among the best in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Lydia, I think I heard you say post-game that the boys soccer team showed up to every single one of your matches.
Yes, like the community just insane too today. Like, yes, we still had school, but there were so many different options. Like, I think half the school was at our game, and if they weren't at our game, like the middle schoolers, the elementary schoolers were watching our game during school. And I just think the boys team has been exceptional this year. Like at all of our games, so loud, bring the energy every time. They joke and say that they bring more energy to our games than they do theirs.
It's not true, Coach Billings.
Not true.
Coach Williams, I can look at this team. You guys are tight-knit throughout. I had you guys waiting for about half an hour, and still you guys weren't bored at all. I don't know how you have them go home from practice. It seems like you guys just want to spend every single minute with each other. I know you've had great teams throughout your tenure here, but what is it about this team that is just one, not step above, but just more special than some others?
The word we used in the post-game locker room was love. They genuinely love each other. Our staff loves them. It's just such a special group of kids because they genuinely just don't want to leave each other. And so it's really special to see these kids want to spend time together. Post-game at the Crew Stadium, they asked a similar question, and I said, they had 6 days in a row of training. And I said, guys, we really need a day off. And they refused to have a day off. They're like, well, can we play pickleball? Like, they just, even when we're not training, they want to be together. Today there was a lot of heroes in that game, and we had such a team effort. But I think it's worth noting, too, like, we had somewhere around 15 or 16 girls play today, but we took down there 29. And I cannot tell you how hard it is to be part of something for 3 weeks in the sleet, in the cold, and the rain, and come every single day to train. Those students who didn't necessarily get in the match today were absolutely critical to our success because they were the ones that were preparing us as if they were Hudson. They were preparing us as if they were Anderson. So a huge shout out to those kids because that's not an easy ask. And we told them ahead of time it was going to be a long time, hopefully. And to do so, you're going to be cold, you're probably not going to play, and you're just going to have to be rowdy on the bench. And we couldn't have asked for anything more from the crew that maybe didn't get on the field, but how brilliant our bench was and helping with tactical adjustments and just overall energy and excitement on the field.
And you guys were locked in already, and then here you're hit with a weather delay, and then the match starts, and it doesn't even look like you guys were faced. I think it was 2-0 within 16 minutes?
Something like
that, right? So, Katie, how did you guys remain locked in even through the weather delay and eventually through the entire match to get you guys through a state title win?
To continue it on, just like the bond we have, I think it's just no matter what, like, situations we go through, we're all there for each other and we're all together. And even though the weather delay was a bit annoying, we made the best of it, and we kind of just saw it as more time for us to be together and be in the locker room and singing and having fun. And then when we had to go out on the game, we were locked in and ready to go.
Who's the best singer on the team?
Me.
Without question.
Yeah, video.
What's the go-to song though?
Ooh. No boys. No boys.
Okay. All right. Without question.
I can sing it right now if you want.
Oh, please.
No, don't. No.
Okay. If you all sang it, that would be pretty fun, I must say. No.
We
I had them excited throughout the interview, but not that part. That's fine too. But you guys are here because you won the state title. But myself, the people watching, we haven't been in a locker room with you guys every day. We haven't been in these practices and matches. So, Lila, I want to ask, what are the moments that we don't see that led you guys to this moment?
I think just being together all the time, after practices we'll hang out, go play pickleball or whatever. Before games, we're getting hype on the buses. We're in the locker room singing. After the games, we're singing.
Of course, Lydia's singing over everybody
we're
else.
always doing something. So it's never boring.
Oh, there you go. And Lydia, we talked about you guys being little and watching the 2019 team. Mm-hmm. You have little boys and girls watching you guys, seeing you guys win a state title. They're probably going to be thinking, hopefully it doesn't take as long this time, but thinking that they could be in your shoes one day and win a state championship. What do you want the little guys and gals to take away from this group of girls and the way you guys won a state title?
I think it's just the team chemistry piece, knowing how close our team is and how tight we are. Anything can happen when you trust each other and you're so close, and just I just can't even put in words this team. It's just it's awesome.
Hey, you did a great job throughout this interview, I must say. Coach Williams, we'll end it off with you. When you're talking about this win in 10 years, what will you remember the most?
The personalities.
I can tell.
We have story after story. Lila hitting Gherkin in the stomach, playing handball.
Really?
Alyssa getting stuck in the net and going upside down. Just there's something that happens every day that makes it so it's just a special environment. These kids work really, really hard, and they're getting extra reps in outside of just our practices, and they're doing so many extra things that people don't get to see. I'm blessed to know what they're doing, but these kids are relentless in their preparation for this day. This didn't come because of this season. This came because of their club coaches and their parents and the community before them. That I just think it's really special. In 10 years, I think we'll have a star on a jersey in soccer. Anytime you win a state championship, you put a star on your logo. So this season was kind of about chasing that star. And these girls are in front of you right now, Yaw, will never, ever be forgotten for all of Anthony Wayne girls soccer history now. That's a pretty powerful message and a pretty special group.
Couldn't say it any better myself. D2, girls soccer, state champions, Anthony Wayne Generals. You guys can make some noise for yourselves. Yeah! Come on now. Come on now. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. Before we wrap, a little birdie told me you guys are going to the Anthony Wayne volleyball game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to ask you guys who you think will win between Anthony Wayne and Mount Notre Dame? They all looked at me in disgust just now. I probably shouldn't ask questions I know the answer to. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. Please take care of the trophy. Don't drop it.
She was strapped, don't worry.
Fantastic.
She trapped.
Thank you guys. Welcome back to Gameday Nation, presented by Renewal by Anderson. Mike Jewell, Mike Robinson. I'm Yaw Bonsu. Great night of playoff action. Whitmer taking care of Perrysburg 17-3 in our game of the week. Second time the Panthers take down the Yellow Jackets in this season. When you look at the fact that the Panthers were able to get that run game going in the second half, it was only a 3-0 lead at the break. How do you think the Panthers were able to get that run game going, despite the fact they were shut down mainly in the first half, Mike Rob?
You know, I think it's just wear and tear. You know, when you got a good ground game, you go ground and pound. It's just kind of like running body shots to a boxer.
That junior class is special. Can't wait to see what it does next year. Whitmer taking care of Perrysburg 17-3 in our game of the week. The Panthers are moving on to the third round, but not before we caught up with Jamil Lyons.
We focus and we just get better day by day.
Well, great game. Go enjoy.
How can you guys watch that interview and not think the entire defense deserves player of the game? Come on now. You see how he was praising
because,
you did?
No, I got that, you know, and that's what you should do, you know, as a leader on the team.
Should do.
No, as a player,
Yeah.
you know, but as us as analysts, I mean, a player of the game is a player of the game, not team of the game.
Well, we did choose a player. The entire defense.
Yeah,
Again, when you can choose
there's an S
anybody,
on that.
when you yes, there's an S. When you can choose anybody, you choose everybody. You're watching Gameday Nation, presented by Renewal by Anderson. St. Ed and Whitmer. You rather be David or Goliath? We'll find out next week. I know who the Panthers are.
Swing it!
Come on
Swing
now.
it, baby!
Watching Gameday Nation, presented by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window. I would rather be Goliath. We'll be right back. Central Catholic taking down Lexington 49-18. Central Catholic, the 6th seed, taking down Lexington, the 3 seed. The Fighting Irish going bonkers. I know we can't necessarily call it an upset because of the pedigree of the program, but Mike Rob, how did the pedigree of the program show itself tonight in round 2?
Oh, it showed in a big way, you know, and how it showed was, you know, the development of this football team.
Ali Beydoun, the last month of football, has been absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure if there's a quarterback out there that I would take in a game before Ali Beydoun. He's playing beautifully.
I think we can all agree with that. And here's the thing, let's keep it a buck. Central Catholic started the season 0-3, but the teams they lost to right now have a combined record of 28-1. No team in Ohio has ever started 0-3 and gone on to win a state title. But when you look at the way Ali Beydoun is playing, Mike Rob, why will the Fighting Irish be the first?
Well, they got to take care of business at home.
Take care.
You know,
Yeah.
they got to get themselves back healthy week in, week out, you know, and they got to stay locked into what the whole mission is. You still got weeks to play. You can't look ahead. You can't be looking at Bishop Watterson.
Listen, as broadcasters, the hardest thing to do after seeing Central Catholic win 49-18 is pick who's going to be the post-game interview. We settled on Victor Singleton. Here he is after the game.
Aggies.
Really the big storyline of tonight, you had 3 teams who were the lower seed end up upsetting the higher seeds on the road. We spoke about this a little bit, but I want to expand upon it. Mike Rob, you don't think the first round layoff had anything to do with it, but it's just the fact that some of these lower seeds happen to be a better pedigree of program, and that led them to the third round tonight.
Absolutely. I think that in some cases that's exactly what it is. I mean, for Central Catholic and a few other teams that are lower seeds, you knew who they were coming in. Again, nobody wanted to draw when they saw that Central Catholic wasn't the 1 seed getting the bye.
Mike Jewell, what do you do? because I can't, not every school can be Central Catholic and have a full coaching staff full of people that can be head coaches elsewhere. Not everybody can have 9, 10, 11, 12 different D1 recruits. So if I'm a team like a Napoleon that earned a first-round bye, but maybe doesn't have, again, the pedigree of program to carry me through the first-round bye and beyond into postseason, how do I get it done when it matters most?
Well, you trust your process, you trust your system. And Perkins is a football team, a program that was in the state finals last year. So again, we're dealing with computer rankings to create these seeds, which creates the buys. and so, the concept of football, you've got to take care of business. You truly don't care as a coach what you end up with. You're in the playoffs, and you see who you play the next week. So I think that's what it's all about more than anything else.
What a night, Game Day Nation. If this is the last one, thank you guys so much. You guys are two of the best. Not two of the best. You guys are the best in Ohio. Overtime is next. Have a great night.